Hello and welcome to Impact Yobe, the program that takes you deep into the heart of development, governance and meaningful impact in the lives of the people of Yobe State. I am Mark Otabo. The secretary to the government of any state plays critical roles in the day-to-day coordination of governance, from policy implementation to interministerial coordination. The secretary to the state government ensures that the vision of the administration becomes a reality in the lives of the people. Today on the program, we assess one of the most critical offices in Yobe State, the office of the Secretary to the State Government, popularly known as the SSG. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
As part of initiatives for the creation of job opportunities for youths in Yobe East Senatorial District, a day training was put together to empower some young residents in POS operation. The initiative is designed to make the youths self-reliant and employers of labor in their respective communities as POS operators. The State Commissioner for Transport and Energy addressed the beneficiaries on the importance of the workshop.
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for attending and for your commitment to personal and collective growth. Today we gather not just as individuals, but as a united force, a generation eager to harness our potential and create a lasting impact of our community and our world. It is imperative that we recognize the role of youth as catalysts for change, innovation, and sustainable development. Your presence today signifies your determination to be part of the solution in addressing the challenges that lie ahead. The importance of skills and the knowledge in an ever-evolving world, equipping ourselves with the right skills and the knowledge can no longer be viewed as optional. It is necessity. The economic landscape is rapidly transforming due to technological advancement, shifting markets, and the pressing need for sustainable practice. We must adapt and prepare ourselves to thrive in this new reality.
At the end of the event, the facilitators described the initiative as significant.
Conduct this training because of high rate of unemployment in our country. Our intention is to do it in order to reduce unemployment, because we believe that after the training, a lot of people, I mean the youth, they will become employed. They will not be moving aimlessly again, and they will not depend on anybody to solve their immediate problems. Because from time to time, with the package we are going to give them, they will be able to gather money for themselves.
But in fact, there will be POS in every corner of Damaturu and in the entire Yobe State. So that the youth, whenever you come around, you see them looking happy that at least they are doing something. You know, there is this saying that somebody who is not working is a devil's workshop. So, but because they have something to do, they are okay. You don't see them going about disturbing people. So for me, I feel at the end of this training, they should comfortably enjoy doing their POS business and prospering by it.
The Yobe State Government, in collaboration with the federal government, has distributed food support to 2,100 vulnerable female households selected across the 17 local government areas of the state. The event, which was held in Damaturu, the capital, had in attendance the State Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs, other top government officials, as well as humanitarian actors. Speaking to journalists after the distribution, the State Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Meiro Amshi, said the intervention is part of efforts to protect dignity of women.
This is a support and assistance from the Office of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oliremi Tinubu, Her Excellency, through our able First Lady of Yobe State, Hajia Hafsa Buni, support of food basket to female-headed household in Yobe State. We are targeting 2,100 women. And the ministry went out and made its own assessment in almost every quarter here in Damaturu, and the same is done simultaneously in other places. You know, it's a rainy season. Those women go out to search for job, particularly planting job. Where they are searching for this job, we got their names. Some are around in the hospital area. They are patient relatives who don't have anything, and we included their names. And some in the flooded affected areas where their houses had has demolished due to flooding, and we got these names. So we did not just go into any house. We made sure there are problems. There are women that come to the office to report their own situations. They have orphans and they don't have food. We take those into consideration and we have their list. So we went and reached out to them.
Welcome to the interview segment on Impact Yobe. Today we are at the office of the Secretary to the State Government, and right here this is the office responsible for the synchronization of activities in the state government. The last time I was here, quite a number of plans were enacted, and of course the plans were in the pipeline, and today we will be seeing some recorded successes and possible vision moving forward for the state. My name is Mark Otabo, and ladies and gentlemen, I want to make welcome one of Nigeria's finest, and he is quite very up to the task, looking sharp and looking great, is the Secretary to the State Government, Baba Malam Wali MNI. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It is indeed a pleasure to have you once again.
Pleasure to meet you.
And I saw you not too long ago. You're looking as sharp as ever. Can you share to Nigerians what the secret is? Because the last time I was here, you're looking really sharp, and this time around, you're looking sharper.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, you take everything easy and one at a time, and therefore it is very important that when you are working, you have your focus on what you do, and you don't have to overstress yourself, both mentally and physically. But it has physical stress and mental stress. That is the nature of the work.
Right. Now, the last time I was here, you were very open to us about the plans your office was putting forward to ensure that effective ministries are able to work in harmony and doing things the way it should be done. Can you tell us what major success right now that has been recorded in the state government that you are so pleased about and you can't wait to tell us?
Well, one of the major successes, I would say, we have recorded here. Right. One is the harmony in working together between all agencies of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. We work in harmony and we work together. Secondly, we also all the MDS are coordinated in this office and they work in harmony. So you avoid issues of duplication, issues of repetition of work, and then you see the result of what you are doing. So therefore, this harmony between all the agencies of government and between the legislature, executive, is one of the greatest secrets this administration has. And greatly, the leadership provided by His Excellency, the Executive Governor, Honorable Buni, in running the affairs of the government. He has a very, peculiar way of handling government business, giving every responsibility and every person the opportunity to bring up his talent to bring out his work, to bring out all his ideas, and he gives them that ideas in order for them to fulfill the vision and the mission of its administration.
Now, can you tell us what strategic reforms or investments that are currently being implemented at the moment to improve, basic and secondary education in Yobe State? Please.
You see what, as you know, at the peak of the agency, the greatest insurgency, the greatest sector that was greatly affected was the education sector. Boko Haram, they came out, they said that the education is haram, is not supposed to be carried out. So that has created one of the greatest challenges this administration faced right from the beginning. And they destroyed a lot of schools, they destroyed killed a lot of teachers, students, and everything. So when this administration came in, it has to, address the problem of basic and secondary education, which is the greatest area that was affected by this insurgency. His Excellency, immediately during his inauguration, declared state of emergency on basic and secondary education. So this state of emergency led to the development of the educational blueprint of this administration in terms of basic education, in terms of secondary education. And we found out that there are three fundamental problems in those sectors. One, lack of infrastructure. Two, teachers. Three, enrollment. And some of the peoples that were affected, for example, a child that was born sometimes in 2013 or 2012, he has not been able to go to school virtually for the 10 years. So it has completely affected, his career. So because there was no education, there was no classrooms, there was no teachers. So you find, it's a Herculean problem. So His Excellency has to direct these issues. So we started implementing the reform step by step. The first step, together with our international NGOs, the federal government and other agencies of government, was to restore the infrastructure of those schools that were badly affected by the insurgency. And this was done by the construction of classrooms, school, provision of school furniture, provision of water, health facilities, and whatever you call. And then the second is to provide teachers. The government has to provide, recruit a lot of teachers. Over 4,000 were recruited and were posted into all those schools. And the third, which is very, very key, is to do with enrollment. You have to sit down, the government has to sit down with all the community leaders, religious leaders, civil society organizations, in order to sensitize people, especially in the badly affected areas, to start sending their schools. Because, the trauma which was there when the schools were badly affected, we have to, go into cycle, address the problem of diseases. So therefore, we have to work with all these agencies of government in order to ensure that enrollment has increased. And this reform we have seen, especially in all these areas, has now greatly improved our educational system in this state. In terms of performance of our work, in terms of performance of, what has happened for recent of this Nefisa Aminu, she's now become the world class. Everybody is celebrating, and many of them. There are 3 of them. And this school, which is being funded 100% by the Yobe state government, we are paying over 2.8 billion naira, over 1.5 billion naira annually to sponsor those schools. And the way recruitment exercise of those schools takes place. We go to every local government is affected. Most of them, all the schools are public schools. They go into those schools, carry out examination, get the best out of those schools. And then from local government, they go to zonal offices. From zonal areas, then they come for final examination at the Mamulo school. And this is how the students are admitted into these schools. And most of these schools, they are not children of well-to-do individuals. They are children of the poor, They are children of the people who are living in the local communities. They are less privileged. So government is encouraging in those areas. And the same thing we did. You know, we spent over 233 of those schools and followed the same processes in order to get them admitted into the schools, and we sent them to India. And they are all back now. Virtually all of them are back now. We are now providing the use. They have been there when His Excellency was able to, you know, address those students that they come from India. Most of them are nurses, doctors, you know, radiologists, engineers. They're all backward, and they are now recruited. When the government came in, he gave them automatic employment, and they are now in the civil service. So government is doing a lot in those areas.
All right. You mentioned teachers now. Yes. I'll really be interested to understand what has been set up to encourage teachers, because you know teachers also are the vital part of this program.
Yes.
And there are indications that sometimes when they get good offers outside, yes, they want to run away. Now, what have you done to encourage teachers to stay within the Yobe state government and do the job of actually pursuing this educational reform?
Well, one of the major problem areas is, one, we provide accommodation to teachers, which is very beautiful and very, very good in order to retain them. We provide accommodation to them. We provide them additional incentives for rural posting. When they are posted to rural areas, we provide them additional incentive based on the percentage of their salary. And we are paying the minimum wage to the teachers, which is very, very, you know, key in order to implement those programs. So these are all areas we can encourage them. And mostly also, for those who are interested to go to further studies, we provide them free scholarship to go to further studies. And this also has provided them with, you know, the incentive to be retained in the state.
All right. Now let's look at the Ministry of Works. Yes. Now, I believe you've been quite in tandem with the activities happening there. I would want you to tell us, give us some highlight of some key ongoing or recently completed infrastructure projects by the administration and the impact it has had on the people so far.
Well, in the Ministry of Works, this is one of the greatest areas His Excellency gave a lot of concentration to, because without roads, without infrastructure, there will be no development. Absolutely. There's no development without roads. So government in all these 3 senatorial zones made a lot of investment on the roads, improvement of rehabilitation of some of the ongoing roads that were earlier constructed, and then construction of new ones. Let me take every zone. For example, if you go to Zone B, which is the Yobe South Senatorial Districts, we have a road going from Ngalda down to Gujiba, which is about 90-something kilometers. Wow. Then we have another road from Fika to Maluri, which is about around 40-something or 50 kilometers. We have another, which have almost completed. We have another road from Dawasa to Chukurua to Kukuri. This is another road which has already been completed. And we have another road which is very, very important from Galimbingel to Donchua to Jajere. Total almost another 80 or so kilometers. So these are roads in those areas that have opened up the development and the agricultural potential of the area. In this zone also, we have various roads, especially the roads in the northern part. We have ongoing road from rehabilitation from Gaidam to Bukarti, from Bukarti to the border, which is Toshia. Rehabilitation of the road from Kanama down to Yunusari, down to Yusufari. It's an ongoing project. All these are projects funded and 100% funded by the state government. In Zone C, I would like to mention there is another road from Nguru to Bulongwa, from Bulongwa to Kumaganam in the northern part of the area. We have already constructed road from Chumbusko to Tagali, which is completed 100%. Another road completed is from Chumbusko down to Karaswa Galu, and another road rehabilitated from Karaswa, from Jajimaji to Karaswa Garunguna. All these are roads. In total, if you calculate the number of roads, a kilometer of roads being constructed within this period, it's over 550 kilometers. And these roads are now people are using it. And there are some roads that require rehabilitation, but we are working with the federal government because the federal government is under the federal government project. Because from the road from Geshua to Potuskum is under construction by the federal government. So we are urging the federal government to hasten the process of completion of the road. The another road, which is also a federal road, is from Damaturu to Bayamari to Geshua. It's a federal road. So apart from those federal roads that have a lot of issues, all state roads are virtually being rehabilitated and constructed.
Nigerians watching now will also want to know, are there plans to get young men into the Ministry of Works to engage them as well, so that they can have proper knowledge of engineering? Because at the end of the day, it's about spreading the activity so that people can get themselves engaged and, of course, have something to hold on to.
In fact, virtually, most of our engineers, Yobe State gives almost automatic employment to most of our engineers, architects to the state. So we have most of them in the Ministry of Works, Ministry of Housing, Ministry of Transport, Energy, where we have engineers. And they have been employed, or many of them have also been employed into the system. So they are being trained. And one of the major problems, and one of the major aspects of this government is training and the retraining and the capacity building is the key to the development of the state. And one of the major areas government spends a lot of money is for capacity building and the training of our engineers and other civil service in the state.
All right. Now let's look at the health sector, which I know that quite a number of people watching now will be really interested. How is the government addressing maternal and child health challenges, especially in rural communities?
I think one of the major key, which is a bit unique in Yobe, to Yobe I would say, is that the state government, His Excellency in 2019, he said he has to establish one effective and functional primary health care center in each of the political wards in the state.
Wow, that's huge.
And we have 178 of those political wards. We have so far carried out or established out of 177, 142. They are now functional, effective. And by being functional and effective is, if you go to the primary health care center, you have a community health extension worker, a junior health extension worker, you have a laboratory, you have whatever it takes for the community health center to them. And in fact, even you have a small, where they can get admission for about 3-4 people before they are being referred to the where there are cases, they are being referred to secondary healthcare facilities. So this has provided the key to one of the addressing the problem of maternal and child. The second area, we have agencies like YOCHMA, Yobe Contributory Healthcare Scheme. We have been registering not only civil service, but the general public can also register. They pay a stipend of only 200 naira for that area, and they can free medical services. Thirdly, we have pre-cesarean operation across all hospitals in Yobe State.
Wow, that's brilliant.
3 pre-cesarean operation for all secondary hospitals in the state. And then, apart from that also, we have also pre-maternal and care for children and women, children under 5, and for pregnant women. So all these are, policies of government that is to be able to address the problem of maternal and child mortality in the state. And it has been addressing the problem. That is why Yobe is becoming one of the states where people even come and copy what we have been doing in the health sector. We have been getting a lot of awards by the Federal Ministry of Health, National Primary Health Care Management Board, and all agency and everything.
With that interview with the Secretary to the Yobe State Government, we have come to the end of today's edition of Impact Yobe. Join us next week for a fresh episode. I am Mark Otabo. Thank you and goodbye.